She dreamed in grey, the colour of misery. The pallbearers lowered her coffin into the ground. She banged on the lid, bloody fingers clawing at the wood. But she wasn't trying to get out. She was trying to get in. Beth Davenport stared at the ceiling, the dream hovering at the edge of her consciousness. A thin light filtered in through the small gap between the bedroom curtains. It had meanness to it, an après-holiday middle-finger salute by a callous bully. Stu lay beside her, seemingly oblivious to anything strange. The dream hung in her mind, stuck there, as if her sleep-fogged brain had pressed pause. She wouldn't sleep now, she knew it. Time to fix the first tea of the day before Gabriel woke and demanded her attention. Her beautiful baby boy. In 6 short and sleep-deprived months, he had filled a place inside her that she never knew existed. The floorboards were cool under her bare feet as she slid out of bed, the dawn light now apologetic in its colour. She grabbed a sweatshirt from the wicker chair by the window, shrugging herself into it as she padded past Gabriel's room. She smiled at the silence. He had cried nearly all the way home in the car last night, which was strange, as the movement normally lulled him to sleep. Downstairs, the silence hammered against her ears, and there was something else. A knot of unease tightened in her stomach, and she shivered, despite the sweatshirt. She went about her morning routine. Kettle, water, tea bag. Habit forced her hand to open the cupboard door under the sink where the dog biscuits were. She paused, glancing to the window. An image of the goofy Labrador chasing his tail on the lawn flashed into her mind. But Jake was gone. Taken too soon. An inoperable tumour, the vet had said. Maybe she should talk to Stu about getting a puppy. Steam drifted across her line of vision. She readied herself to pour a much-needed caffeine fix, but stopped dead. A small beetle scuttled across the kitchen counter and disappeared between a gap in the tiles. The knot uncurled itself and slithered around her gut. Her heartbeat thudded against her ears. Had she imagined it? There had to be a logical reason for this. The common-sense part of her brain demanded some attention. She must be getting sick. That would be typical right after the holiday, with Stu working long hours and Gabriel's 2 new teeth coming through. Beth grasped the side of the farmhouse sink. Shutting her eyes didn't sound like a very good idea, but she did it anyway, willing some sturdy governess to wander in and save her sanity. Only her reflection stared back from the window when she opened her eyes, showing a woman with dark hair gathered into a rough topknot. A woman with the beginning of frown lines and yesterday's mascara smudged under one eye. It also showed her mother as she remembered her as a child. She gasped, an "oh" of surprise exhaled in the next breath. A lump swelled in her throat, and she fought back the urge to cry. Already she recognized it as one of those life-defining moments that jabbed you in the ribs. Youth taking a backward step while life becomes, somehow, shorter. She knew all the ins and outs, had written about it at length, flippantly, in her magazine column last year. Life doesn't end when you hit your 30s, but it certainly quickens its step.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.